Let us now take you through the blockchain example. The scenario being internal bookkeeping of CO2 emission within 4 connected factories and the auditor. This is factory number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Those 4 factories are filled with machines, like this one. Powering all of these enormous machines is bound to produce CO2 as a byproduct of their activity. This demo is about showing how blockchain can be used as an undisputable ledger where it is a mathematical impossibility to cheat. Each factory is activated by input, given on one of these 4 sensors. These are your go buttons. If you press them, the factory will start producing. To press the go button for factory number 1, you need to increase the temperature on this sensor. This is the temperature sensor. If I simply blow some hot air on it to increase the temperature, factory number 1, represented by LED 1, will start producing your goods. This is the go button for factory number 2. It's a tilt switch. If I set it vertically, your factory will start producing the agreed deliverables. This is the go button for factory number 3. It's a light sensor. It measures the intensity of light. To activate factory number 3, you simply need to cover it with your palm. Similarly, for factory number 4, this is the proximity sensor. To activate this one, you need to be closer than 10 centimeters from it. Inside the model, you have an activation button. This is the master switch. It sets the point in time from which you will start booking actions, status of the go buttons, to the ledger being blockchain. So now you have the basics of how this demo operates. All of those actions are represented on the dashboard that you can see in the small picture inside the screen. As you can observe, all of my actions on the board are immediately represented on the edge and in the blockchain. Also in there, you can see the CO2 limitations that are put on 4 factories themselves and the company, such as internal policies. So as you can see, 1 second of a factory being up and running equals to 1 ton of CO2 being produced by that factory. In total, the limit for the company is 30 tons, which is translated to 30,000 milliseconds, or 30 seconds, of uptime, which translates to 7,500 milliseconds, so 7.5 seconds per factory. Oh yeah, there are of course penalties for crossing the CO2 limits. In this example, it's 10 euros per ton. So all our actions performed during the demo resulted in what you can observe on this dashboard. So in fact, a report about CO2 emissions on factory level, company level, as well as penalties earlier mentioned in the rules. And of course, the same actions were recorded on the ledger, so on blockchain. Now, if I play the role of an auditor, before I get to go through tons of paperwork to make sure that the data and readings are correct, when now, with blockchain, the only thing I need to use is the auditor's RFID badge. It's simple. When it gets scanned, all of the recorded actions from blockchain are being gathered and sent to me in the form of an official report, which in my case is an SMS. And I know I can trust this data, that it will be true, valid, and reliable. Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoyed the experience of Innovation Unplugged.